Hello and welcome back to my craft room. It is day 14 of my Celebrating 61 slow stitching project, and so I'm ready to show you how I got on with yesterday's piece. A little bit late because we were out yesterday evening, so I had to quickly do it this morning. Normally I sit and do it in the evening. So this is the piece I pulled. This is the prompt post, and I kept it very simple. I just did running stitches and then whips them. If I can get it to focus, that would be nice. Thank you, camera. There we go. Yep, so kept it really simple. I used a very fine linen thread, and because it's got this kind of variegation in the colours, that kept it looking a bit more interesting. I love using these Steph Francis threads, and I'm quite looking forward to trying them on some fabrics other than silk, because they're really a little bit thick to be stitching into silk, so I think they'll be nice to be using when I come to use them on cotton and linen fabrics. Anyway, so that's that. It's time to pull the prompt for today and the piece of fabric. Oh, I've lost the fabric. No, I haven't. It's right under my nose. So here we go. I've got all 61 pieces of fabric in here, and underneath there I've got all 61 prompts. I'm going to try leaving them all in here today and just rummage about. It's amazing they all fit in such a small space and don't seem to be getting all creased up either. Right, let's see what I've got. Oh, I think I've had a piece of that already, but it's quite a fun fabric. I don't know if it makes it better or worse because it kind of fights with the image a little bit, but anyway, that's fine. So now let's go for the prompt. I mean, whatever I pull, it's going to be something I like, because that's the whole point. Oh, foraging. Now, and that's supposed to be a basket of perhaps mushrooms or, you know, apples or whatever. Let me come back up to face now. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved foraging. Well, not when I was a tiny kid, because we lived in the middle of London. There wasn't a lot of foraging you could do there. I think I do remember picking blackberries and things in the fields that were at the back of my grand's house in Surrey. That's probably my earliest foraging memory. That's all houses now. But then when I was about 11, we moved down to the West Country, and so there was a lot of foraging to be done. We did the thing that a lot of people did in the 70s, and my mum wanted to become self-sufficient. We lived on a kind of small holding and had a few animals and grew a lot of stuff and went for foraging for free food, and it was an important supplement to our diet. Not just diet, but also we used to pick things like nettles and dandelions and elderberries and elderflowers for wine and cordials and things. We learnt to identify different kinds of mushrooms that you could eat. I think we even picked up our own snails once, but I think I balked at trying them, so I still don't like snails. I have tried them, but anyway, so, and I still love to do it now. When my husband and I first got together, we used to go for long walks a lot, and we always used to take rucksacks and often came home with free food in them. We found a whole load of quince on the ground once as we walked through this little village, just lying there, just in a playing field, so we picked them up. And quite often people put windfalls outside their gates, you know, things like, you know, field mushrooms and things, and puffballs. We found a whole field of puffball once. Puffballs, big round, well, ball shaped fungi that you can eat. They're delicious. What else did we used to? All sorts of things, and I get a real buzz out of finding free food. And the grounds sort of around the cottage that we used to live in had lots of wild food. There was damsons and walnut trees that the squirrels had planted. Yeah, happy memories. Free food's always a good thing. Oh, and fungi foraging. You can near to where we live in Norfolk, and Thetford Forest is you can find a lot of fungi in Thetford Forest, and you can pay, it's not very much money, I think it's like a tenner or about a tenner, and you can go on guided fungi forays in Thetford Forest. Wow, that was amazing. And you get to go home with a little basket of fungi that you've had an expert assure you they are safe to eat. So it was the first time I'd tried hen of the woods. Wow, delicious. because of course a lot of restaurants pay foragers now. It's quite a fashionable thing, but for me it's always been a thing ever since I was knee high to a blackberry bush. Okay, enough waffling on. So foraging. So I've kind of now steered towards, like with this one, not well, some of them I've used the contrast, but generally I'm preferring to keep the design coordinating with the fabric. I'm going to insert here, hopefully, a picture of a rough layout I did of all the squares before I started embroidering into them. That's the kind of the layout that I want to, and then I'll do decorative, once I've put them all together onto a backing piece, I will do decorative stitching into them as well. So yeah, and I think that's the part I'm most looking forward to in a way, but I mean every stage of the process is being quite fun. Okay, so which thread am I going to use? I've lost the stranded cotton, which was from Steph Francis. I'm sure surely I haven't used it all. No, I haven't used it all. I must have left it downstairs. So this is a little bit of the stranded cotton. There's all sorts of colours in there. I used it on, oh, why am I losing things today? Losing my marbles. I'm looking for the internet one I did, because that really shows off the variegated stranded cotton really well. Well, hopefully that's downstairs as well. I suppose that kind of shows it, because I used all 6 thicknesses at once with that one, but you can see the beautiful colours. So I think, yeah, I'm going to use that if I can find it, and possibly some of this as well. I think that will go nicely. So that's what I need to take downstairs, and my thread I've been using just for quickly hemming around the edges. I'm going to take this as well. So this is my mixture. Here we go. And I should be able to see through. Yeah, I can see through pretty easily for this one. It's another rectangle. I was saying yesterday, I seem to be picking up rectangles all the time, and yet there are actually more squares. Very strange. I shall end up doing all squares at the end, won't I? Okay, that's it. Quite enough waffling on. I shall get stitching on that this evening, and right now I'm going to go off and do something else, make the most of my day off. Thank you very much for joining me. Anybody who's still following along, well done, I appreciate it. And I will see you again really soon.